and welcome to another review at Total Toy Recon. As you can see today, we're going to be dealing with the Superior Octopus. This is one of the latest Marvel Legends. He is part of the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure. We've got two arms for the Demogoblin. Unfortunately, I don't have the rest of these pieces. To build it today, we got the Superior Octopus from Hasbro at their Toy Fair event. So we'd like to thank Hasbro for giving us this really cool figure. They were gracious enough. I left a little early to get back to Toy Fair, so I was actually lucky enough to pick which one I wanted. I did see the Spider-Man logo at the top and the bag, so I thought, you know what? Spider-Man, don't want to be in the new wave. That's probably what they're giving us. Gonna go for it. So in this new wave, we have the Velocity Suit Spider-Man. We have the Mark III Armor Spider-Man. Both of these are very easy to find right now at Target. Superior Octopus, the Vulture, is an incredible figure. I wish I would have gotten the Vulture. It would have been a little bit luckier to get the Vulture. That would have been nice. And then the White Rabbit, seen her a lot. But the hard figure to get is Shang-Chi. He is the figure everybody wants, and he comes up with, I think, the most hands ever. Really quick, we're getting close to St. Patrick's Day here, and I am seeing a clover leaf here as I look a little bit further. So let's get into this figure. I really, as far as just aesthetic and design, I just really like it. I think it's a really cool look for Otto Octavius. And I'm glad that they found a way to, one, keep the character alive and reinvent him in the modern era. And I mean, there were so many times where Doc Ock became a woman, as in like a family member took over the mantle and all those little things, all that craziness and stuff. It's neat, but this was an interesting way that Don Slott kind of brought the character into the modern era. And believe me, Doc Ock needed it. So great box art here. I really wish Marvel would say who did the box art at the time. I mean, I'm sure if I really dive deep and looked into the history of the comic, I'm sure I could find it. But it'd be nice if Marvel did that. Now, love this backdrop. Look at that. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. I do keep these from time to time. What do you do with them? I keep them, and I actually use them as trays where I put the figures in and stuff from time to time. But this one's actually a really cool backdrop, so I'm gonna work that maybe into the photography at the end. So we do have all the warnings. Throw those out. Now let's get him out of his plastic coffin here. So the Demogoblin arms are incredible, and I'm sure we could probably put these on other figures if we really wanted to. The Demogoblin is a neat character, the way they've done it. I don't know if it's based on Inferno or the old Marvel comic, or maybe that's just the new rendition of him now. But those arms are pretty impressive, so I'm going to bring them closer here. They are really impressive. Great detail. The chains are nice. We have these gauntlets. They move, so it's an actual extra piece. It's just not like the paint coming in. Scales here. Again, Hasbro's really just taking it to the next level. And I think in this era of collecting, I think Hasbro knows that they are competing with the likes of Sideshow, Hot Toys, and in some respects, McFarlane on detail. And they're trying to find that right balance between the price point, a cool looking figure, a playable toy for children, and you know, things that fans really want, who spend $20 to get a figure. I mean, that's the new standard. So we have two plastic coffins here. One houses all of Otto's extra arms. So this will be neat. And we do have a backpack back here. So this was, again, you never take this out. You never know. All right, so we have a little backpack here. Now we're out of the plastic coffin. And I like to do, if you haven't, this is your first one of these that you're tuning in with us, I like to do an instant pose. Really like the feet. These feet are very reminiscent of the Wolverine feet that came in the retro Wolverine. It was just him with like a little black thing across his face in the samurai sword. But as far as an instant pose goes, now we'll zoom in a little bit. Look at that. That is solid. Look at that. Loving it. Love the color scheme. Love the black, the black and the green and the bad guy, you know, look that we've got going on here. So very nice. I like this a lot. All right, I'm gonna adjust the camera here a little bit. Please forgive me. Now let's put this backpack on. And now this seems like a very fragile thing to get these arms in, but perfect. I don't know why it just wasn't attached, but it's a whole separate piece. And immediately I'm already thinking, now I know he comes with 2 extra arms, but they're not his. Kind of like a little bit more hands. You know, I don't think he does the Spidey thing, but this hand's pretty cool, and he's clearly left-handed. But these gauntlets here, these little metal things, these are great. This extra detail that's actually plastic raised on top of it. So I'll zoom in here a little bit. That's nice. Oh, look at this. This is, I mean, this is, you know, you want to dress as Doc Ock, this is how you're going to do it. This is how you're going to do it. So let's get these off of here. Now, we don't want to, now, the arms are not like, there's no metal wire on the inside. So we've kind of, oh, well, that's interesting. So that came off. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it didn't break. It just came off. So that's interesting too. So we could change those up if we need to. Nails would make it a lot easier to get it out of here, but I'm not going to push it. Let's just get that one out, and let's get the final one out here. Great. Again, I'm just looking at the sculpt of this figure. Details are awesome. Like, it's a fantastic figure. And of course, oh, did it again. So that does help get it out of the plastic coffin. And then we'll just attach this to this arm. But look at this detail here on the little, I don't know what you call that, on the tentacle. Yeah, we'll call that on the tentacle. But look at that. It's almost like it's very translucent. There's a nice color to it. So there's no pick and choose where these go. So I guess you kind of want to make it the best Otto that you can get. These just feel like under the arm ones for some reason to me. So this one's feeling like above the arm. So I guess it's all in your aesthetic. See, now it's feeling like it's an under one. So let's work that here. These, yeah, see, these are like a lot higher, so I'm guessing that these are up. These are over the shoulder ones. It's kind of neat how you can do that all yourself. It'd be interesting too over time how these arms may just hang or drag or. See, now I'm feeling like this one here maybe up here. And then put this one, because it's just, this one seems longer because it's not as bendy. And then put this one in here. So, and you could move them a little bit here and there. It's a nice defense mechanism for Otto. That is a solid figure. Very cool sculpt. I really like it. I love the design. And we're going to compare him to Spider-Man Far From Home Spidey, which is my favorite Spidey right now that's been put out. Which is funny, there's no standard Spider-Man in that new wave. It's just all kind of crazy villains and side characters. So you see that the Otto is a little bit bigger than this Peter Parker, if you just look at the scale of the two figures side by side. And remember, Otto's legs are bent, so he's much taller if we were to straighten him up. Great, look at that. Oh, again, Hasbro's doing such a great job with these figures lately. So there you go. You can see that Otto is just a little bit bigger than teenage, I guess we could call him teenage Spider-Man, because I guess the Otto that's with him now is more Spider-Man in his 30s, early 30s. Remember when you were younger than Spider-Man? I certainly do. So, not really seeing his face there. I hate that when I do pictures, but we can put that arm underneath there. All right, and we're going to get the balancing act here, because Spidey he's kind of fighting it. But anyway, as you can see at this point, they're definitely, Superior Octopus is a little bit taller. So overall, love the design. I've said that numerous times. Love the extra arms. I don't know if I'd have them out all the time, but on display, he is definitely a crazy looking figure. It just feels as if maybe there should be a little bit of a I want to say a take. So you bend it and it stays in place. So, but it's a little bit crazier than normal figure. But again, a great concept, a great design for a figure. And then, let's see if I can get this like this. So something like that. So, yep, love it. Definitely want to pick one up. Thank you for tuning in. This is Bob again from Total Toy Recall. Our review of Superior Octopus. Not a figure you think that you're like, you know, definitely worth picking up. Love the sculpt. Everything's great. Nice points of articulation. Fantastic. Thanks, Hasbro.